what he had is what I feel like I needed, and I guess he did it. Not that he didn't, but like I guess I don't see where that came from. Is it because there was a misunderstanding? So if that's the case, why didn't you do exactly what you just told me? Ask questions instead of stating what you believe. I'm not telling you what I believe at all, but I'm telling you what I feel. And I could be wrong because it is my feelings. You can believe I'm wrong, but I know for a fact I'm not. I know how I run my life. And I learned who to talk to, who not to talk to. And if I took my time to do this, Peter, come on now. But I guess for me, you could have asked questions too about the dark hallway thing rather than spilling all that out because your energy is what I felt and made me feel some sort of way, not what you said. I probably don't even remember what you said. I'm upset with your energy that you gave me that came out of nowhere. I can't stand when you meet someone and they're one way, and this is not you,
again,
Peter. Hold
Felicia,
on.
chill. Felicia, let me interrupt you because
See, and
number
you get what
one,
I mean by chill. It's
listen,
passion, bro.
listen.
I
You're
cannot.
going off. You're going off and not really allowing other perspectives right now.
Going off or being passionate. And I explained this to you earlier.
But
That's how you know what you
you-
would
you're
get one
you're
ear out the other.
you're on your
Have a good one,
perspective.
Peter. Thank you for the
You're on
experience.
your
Thank you for
perspective,
that. Just bye. Just
and
bye.
you're
I
not
can't.
allowing
I
another
can't. With that
perspective.
type of person, I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't.
Take a
Sharon,
breath. Just take a breath, sweetheart. This is training, okay? Take a breath.
I know that I still have hang-ups like everyone, but I know that that was a heck of a lot of projection onto me. I don't know why or where, but that was
He needed you
crazy.
to heal, and you offered yourself to do that without getting triggered.
Yeah,
Honey, you offer that for a lot of people.
I,
Even
I,
people that are on their deathbeds that are giving up, you still offer that, and God bless your soul. Because I know how hard your job is. I do. I hear you. I feel you. I know how tired you are. I know how impatient you are for them to wake the fuck up. And you're tired of dealing with this, and you're tired of them giving up and hurting themselves intentionally. Especially the ones you know they're connected. It doesn't make any sense, does it? Oh, Peter. You know we can't save them all, right, baby? Even though we want to. But we can save ourselves and as many as we can, right? We can save ourselves and as many as we can. Peter, I love you. I love you so very much. Peter, sweetheart, I saw your healing this morning. She was in so much pain. And I started to help her, but I knew you could do it, so I backed off. You can do it, baby. You are special. You have these gifts. But you're going to have to be patient with them, okay? I love you. And about your door, baby. You know, the reason no one can help you and you can't pay enough money is because you have that capability, and fear's just been keeping you away from it, okay? That's why you didn't take my offer, because you can do it yourself. Anytime someone turns me down to help guide them, and that's all I was going to do, I was going to
I
shine my
didn't turn you
light.
down. I
No,
didn't
no,
turn you
no.
down. I was trying to explain that I've
I
been
understood.
struggling with this particular issue. And it's like
And
going up to
that's why I
someone
came
who
at you
never
with
played
it.
piano and says, play Mozart. You're like, I've been trying, and it's like, I try to clarify this. Like, we all have all the different clairs, but some people are stronger with the feeling than the seeing, and some people can see more than feel more. And I try to say, we all have a piece of the puzzle. If we come together, maybe you guys can get stronger in your feeling from me contributing, and maybe you can help me see more with your, that's where I was trying to fucking go with that.
She'll
I
be
was
back,
saying,
baby.
let's give it a try. Let's give
It's
it a
okay.
whack. I wasn't
But
trying to
you
say no
know,
or I'm resistant. I was trying to say, I know I have a lot of resistance. I don't know how many times they fucking killed me. I didn't know they fucking forced me to drink a dog's blood. I didn't know they fucking used my limbs as fucking dildos. I didn't know any of that.
the atrocities that were done to us in our past lives are overwhelming, and they're opening up this week more and more. I was freaking mummified because of my voice. They left it in. They just took my heart out because they knew that's where my voice was coming from. So it got put in jars, and I was mummified and buried alive. Yay! Remembering this stuff is yucky. But
Yeah, and this isn't even past life shit. This is this present one and the fucking Catholic grade school that they fucking tortured me on the altar. And then every Sunday we had to go to that fucking church. It's
ooh, oh,
like,
we got some deep religious wounds. Ooh.
I think they started killing me before my first birthday. I don't know. Um, and it was for my adrenalized blood.
Okay, talk more about this, because I've got bits and glimpses into this, but I think you're the messenger for the rest of this. And I think that's why she had to go. She wasn't ready to hear it.
Well, all I know so far is, again, from facilitating other people to journey, not to actually go look at it, but just to talk to Inner Peter. That's as best I can get through to get information. My understanding is that I'm one of 8. It was only me and my older sister Bonnie, who was 1 year older, because my mom had 3 kids, then 4, then 5. She was already calling babysitters in the house. The babysitters were friends from church, St. Jude Catholic Grade School in Pennsylvania. I think my mother, in her unconsciousness, told the priest in confessionals, oh, my husband's a drunk and I have too many kids and I don't know what to do. So the priest was the head of the cult. He had a group of Eastern Star witch bitches, these filthy, fat old ladies who were 400 pounds. They started getting their daughters to cozy up to my mom. Oh, my daughter can babysit your kids. This is what I'm understanding so far. They took us out of the house, me, and just out of the 8 kids, only me and my sister Bonnie, who's currently dead from a car accident. And that's also, I'm talking to her through journeying and getting information from Bonnie. I don't think any of my other siblings got the SRA, but they did. They used us as objects when we were infants and babies and toddlers. And obviously, we don't really have genitals at that age. So I think they used my arms or legs as dildos and penetrated themselves. As part of the torture, I was suffocated a lot, obviously because they didn't want to leave marks on my body so my parents wouldn't see. So it was poisoning. They fed me things, toxic things, poisons, animal drop. I don't even know. And suffocation. They suffocated me to death a number of times as torture to get my soul to split off so they could feed off of me. They put me on the altar at the Catholic
Monsters
Church.
Inc.
And they chanted, and the louder my infant body screamed, the more they sucked the life out of me. And then they chanted harder and louder, and the more I screamed, the more they sucked out of me. And that's not. And then when I was in grade school, that same school, apparently they're in cahoots with the CIA, so they put your radioactive uranium in the water supply and poisoned the whole school. I think I was a part of that trial, tested like a human fucking guinea pig. And then apparently, I don't know if it was the same priest that was head of the cult. He apparently killed a dog in front of me and then forced me to drink its blood. And when they did the torture on me and killed me a bunch of times, they took my blood and drank it out of wine goblets. And from journeys, other people, there were tunnels under the school and the church that connected to houses across the street. It was a whole, organized Freemason, satanic, Illuminati, yada, yada, yada. And my parents didn't know, so I grew up with all this shit. And they all pointed their finger at me like, why are you so fucked up? What's wrong with you? Why you don't fit in with
Peter,
this
I know
family?
why I'm here. Peter, I know why I'm here. Peter, I have to show you something. And you may hate me after this, okay? This was my grandmother. That's why I'm the generational curse breaker. That's why I had to find you. I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. I didn't know what they were doing. I didn't know. I didn't know what my grandfather did. I didn't know. I was in that church in Pennsylvania a few years back, recently. Okay.
St. Jude and Chalfont?
Yes.
Why?
So,
What?
okay, I was in Jamaica doing mushrooms to heal with a lawyer, and he lived there. And this lawyer, was Catholic, and his father died shortly after. And I had a dream, and in this dream, the oracle was in this train station, and she gave me a black box. The black box. She gave it to me, and I said, what do I do with this? And it was almost like I had all this baggage, and my baggage disappeared, and all I was holding was a black box. And the oracle, the black lady from the movie, kind of looked like her, but she looked like a sitter I had that I called Ora B. She was over at the train station, and I came up, and she said, come over here, honey, I'll help you. And I walked up with this black box, and she says, oh, I can't help you. You have to do that. And I'm like, okay. So I took the black box and I left. Fast forward, his father died. And for some reason, I was so connected to him and his friend that I went to his father's funeral in that church. In that church. I'm sitting in the church, and this is going to get weirder. So I'm sitting in this church, and I'm kneeling and doing the things because they're doing the smoke to take the spirit, whatever. And I'm thinking, this is weird. Why are they? Okay. And then I go down, and I see the black box in my hand. And it says, you put that box down right here. And I saw this black box just unfolding all over, like taking over that church. And I said, what did I just, he said, you just healed. There was a lot of bad stuff that happened here. And I said, okay. But I kept trying to figure out, because it's like, I know we whitewashed everything, and I kept trying to figure out, was my grandparents good? Were they not? And then they left me land, and they told me it was blood money. And I sold that land, and I helped so many people. I went to a third world country, and I helped the poor. And I gave, and I had fruitful trees. The land was just full of thorns, full of mesquite trees, the land they owned. And then I also found out, after my mom died, my DNA, at 50 years old, my DNA didn't match my biological father, and that's not my father. And then I realized that they had taken me in to one of their ceremonies and used me as a child that I didn't remember. And I kept seeing that movie, Peggy Sue Got Married, where they cloaked her and they took her in, and then she went back in time. I had to come back in time to fix their sins. They sent me back time to face what they couldn't. Peter, I'm so sorry, baby. I love you so much. I'm so sorry. They used us all against each other without telling us, without us knowing. But I'm not one of them, Peter. I'm not. And it stops with me. It stops with this generation. It doesn't go any further. Every time I try to get my mother to talk about her past, she'd say she didn't want to talk about it because she was beaten so much. They even did it to their own children, honey. They didn't care. It was their mortality they cared about. They didn't care about their children. They didn't care about their grandchildren. They didn't care about anyone. But they do now. They do now. Because now they're having to watch.
Who was your lawyer friend? What was their last name? What was the last name that brought you to Chalfont, Pennsylvania? Like, that's just too weird. You're at the same fucking church I went to for 15 years growing up. Like, what are the fucking odds of that? Jeez.
His first name's Chuck. That's all I remember. I can't remember his last name. Because, like, after I did that, it's almost like what I was supposed to do with them was done. I mean, we meet up for video calls to support each other and healing and stuff like that, but we really don't have a relationship anymore outside of that. It's almost like the purpose was for me to go to that church and put that black box down. And then I saw what they were doing to children in the church. I saw the underground. I saw everything when I was sitting there. And I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but something's not right.
Can you tell me what you saw? Because that's my history, and I still don't know what happened.
Remember I told you I don't see great detail because...
Yeah, there's like a vault under there where they were like storing jars of our fucking essence and fluids and shit.
All your bodily fluids. Urine, blood.
Yeah. Hair, semen, like all of it. I don't know.
Oh.
What?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you my version of this, what I saw, and then I just kind of saw it. So just realize that everything's in the past. You're in the present moment. You're healed. You're strong. You're a part of the divine energy flowing through you. Whatever your belief systems, go back to that. What healed you, who you know you are in this present moment, bringing you back. What a trip.
Yeah.
Thank you for trusting me, baby.
I still can't believe you were in Chalfont in Pennsylvania. What are the odds of that?
I didn't know. So I didn't know why I was pulled there, and I didn't understand the black box. I do now. I get what I was doing now. But then I was going by blind faith and trusting myself that I knew what I was doing because I was seeing nothing except a black box. Now I see colors, I see image, but I had to heal one little thing at a time that happened to me. And because of them in the Catholic Church, I was so scarred. And so I think I had to go through my healing and not know what I was doing because it would have hurt too much. I'd be like, I ain't open up nothing else. It had to be surprise. So, and then once I realized, and I did Sharon's gardening and Linnell's housekeeping, and that was my little thing to keep everything clean for my gifts to come in. And I just named it that. That was moving the timelines, readjusting, reshifting. That was my whole little mantra, and I put it in a phrase. When I say this, I mean Sharon's gardening, Linnell's housekeeping. And then I sing that little song I sing every little bit, because our brain cells are part of it. So I sing, every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so happy. Because, us healers, a lot of times it's hard to heal ourselves. So when we got somebody else that has our gifts, we help each other, like you said.
Well, what about that? So where are you with your visuals? You get colors and stuff, and are you, but
not at first, it was black.
But can you go into full visions?
At times. They're not as often. Those have to be something big coming in. Like, it's almost like the hits I get are proportional to what's coming in. So if I don't see a lot, it's not time for me to act yet. But when it was time for me to act, I would see a color. I would get a sign from a tarot card. I would see a bird. I'd see messages in the skies. I would see messages in the trees, the birds, the animals. Everything was talking to me once I opened up. And once I could hear, at first it was the hearing. I could hear everything talking to me. Then I had to equalize that because it was this ringing was crazy. Then once I developed that.
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Was the hearing clairaudient hearing invisible voices, or were you hearing through like the song on the radio or the conversation overheard at the next table? Are you interpreting that? Because I mean, I think both are, two different apertures of the same. Okay.
I do both. So sometimes it comes in like I'm sitting on the fly on the wall, observing. I hear just words and sentences, and only the words I need to hear. Then sometimes it's almost like I have a knowing. Yeah. Just I know this is that, and I get a confirmation with my body. Yes. Oh, and I'll get a glimpse of like a lion. I go, oh, that was a lion. Tell me more, and I'll keep walking down with them and talking until I'm able to see the whole vision. And then once I'm able to verbally see it, actually it's in my head, but once I'm able to voice that in my head, then the picture gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then I can see a whole scene. It's like little pieces at a time, and I still have to focus on it for 17 seconds for it to evolve.
Excuse me. So what do you think about trying to open your abilities more? Because you know that you don't have to take that right down into the dark pits. You can, even just more clear, fluid visions. I've taken 80-year-old ladies to fly on a rainbow Pegasus unicorn. You know what I mean?
I love doing that. And I do that, and that's the fun part. And I forget to do that in my visions. I'm always work. Who am I supposed to connect? So yes, let's fly.
You want to try expanding it out a little bit?
I do want to fly.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to see anything, but I'm just thinking, like, it seems that every time
I'm going to try to connect and try to show you what I'm seeing.
Okay, because that's what I was going to ask, like, if I can use my ability to amplify yours, can you use your ability to you know what I mean? Like, can we try, just experiment?
Okay, let me go get some incense, because I just like the smell.
Well, then I'm going to have a cigarette before we begin.